What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be teaching you how you can create these super cool flashing effects. Pretty much how you can make anything flash within your videos. This is a super trendy effect. It's used by a ton of different editors right now. I just want to hop on here and showcase it into it. Here I've just got some clips from one of Choppa's music videos that dropped recently. I'm going to go ahead and throw some effects on these 3 clips right here. And when I actually edit music videos, I like to do it in Premiere. Then once I want to add some flashy effects, I'll go ahead and move it into After Effects. You can do that super easily just by highlighting whatever you want to transfer. Gonna go ahead and right click and replace with After Effects composition, and just like that, all these clips have been switched to After Effects, and any changes we make in here is actually gonna be directly saved into our Premiere Pro project. So the first step of any of these flash effects is gonna be rotoscoping out what you want to flash. So for this first clip, I actually want it to be kind of like a transition, and I'm gonna have Choppa kind of flash in. Command Shift D to split this layer. Then I'm just gonna go double click and rotoscope out my subject. I went ahead and finished that rotobrush. As you can see, we've just got Choppa right here for a few frames, and this is all we really need. What I'm actually gonna do is have this first clip actually sandwiched between my rotobrush and my background layer. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this in the middle. Then I'm just going to drag my rotobrush over this clip so that way it's showing over. And I'll go ahead and match up our second clip with that rotobrush so that it seamlessly transitions just like that. Now we can actually go ahead and start creating this flash transition. So there's definitely a lot of ways you could do this, but I found the easiest way was just to go ahead and grab the curves effect and drag curves onto that rotobrush layer. Basically, we just want it to switch between black and white, which is super easy to do. Now how the curves effect works is that in the top left, it's going to be full white. And in the bottom right, it's gonna be full black. So what we can do is just go a couple frames forward and say I want it to start flashing here. I'll go ahead and keyframe my curves and set it to full black. Then go 1 frame forward and set it to full white. Then go 1 more frame forward and set it all the way back to black again. As you can see, I have my 3 keyframes here. If I want it to flash again, I'll go ahead and just make another keyframe black, then go forward again, make it white, go forward again and make it back to black. You can literally just keep going white and black, and playing that back, you can see we have that super cool black and white strobe effect, and the transition is just super clean. Now just to add a little bit more sauce, I'm going to drag a transform onto this rotobrush layer, and I'm going to have him animate in from the bottom. I'm going to go to the last frame where it transitions and keyframe that position and scale. I'm going to where the black and white first start. I'm going to go ahead and drag this down. I'm going to go ahead and scale them down a little bit. I'm going to go into the transform, highlight these keyframes, and F9 to ease them. Also going to go ahead and tick that motion blur. Now playing that back, you see we have this super cool flashing rotobrush transition. I think it's just super clean. So another way I see this flashing effect used is with their teeth. First, I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate my layer. I'm going to double click on this and actually get a rotobrush of just his teeth. As you can see, hiding my background layer, I've literally just got his teeth rotobrushed out. Next, I'm gonna go to my effects and presets, and for this one, I like to use a glow. So I'm just gonna grab glow and drag that onto the teeth. And for this, I'm gonna go ahead and set that glow threshold to like literally almost 0. So that way it's pretty much glowing his entire mouth. Go ahead and adjust my glow radius to where I think it looks good. So maybe right here is about enough at 81. I'm just gonna go ahead and keyframe the glow intensity. So I'm gonna go ahead and set a keyframe and start it out at 0. Then going forward, I'm gonna set it to 1, then 0. And so on, pasting these keyframes to make it go off and on, off and on. Playing that back, you can see we have a super cool like teeth glow shutter effect. Obviously don't have to make it shutter like that. We could actually just make it kind of bling once if we wanted to. So here I'm gonna keyframe the glow intensity and just start it off at 0. Then I'm gonna have it go like 2 keyframes in and set that to 1. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames and let it slowly fade out and set that back to 0. Then we can go ahead and highlight these keyframes and F9 to ease them. Now we've got that more subtle glow where it just flashes once, and I think that looks super sick. So I've actually seen a lot of people just rotoscope out the artist's hands and make it flash, and I think it's a super sick effect. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do that as well, and it's pretty much the same process as the last effect. So as you guys can see, I've just gone ahead and hiding my background layer. I went ahead and just rotoscoped out Eneli's hand roughly for this clip. So once we have that rotobrush, we're just going to drag a glow onto his hand. And for the settings on this one, I like to make it a little bit different from the last. So again, I'm going to go ahead and set that threshold to like 0, but instead of keyframing that glow intensity, I actually like to keyframe the glow radius, and you'll see why in a second. So here I'm just going to go ahead and keyframe the glow radius. So we'll have it flash in the beginning, go 1 frame forward, and I'm going to go ahead and set this to 1000. And the reason I like to do that is because you can see that it has this little like glow aura around the hand, and I think that just looks super sick. It's almost like a flash effect. So going another frame forward, we can go ahead and turn this way down. I think it's pretty good around 43. I think that looks pretty sick right there. So it has a little bit of glow around it. Just gonna go ahead and set it back to 1000. Like 1, 2, 3 frames. Keyframe it at 1000 again, and then go ahead and set it back to like 43. I'm gonna go ahead and make it flash a couple more times. And as you can see, playing that back, we've got that super cool strobe effect on his hand, and it looks super sick. So now that we've got all of our edits done, I'm gonna go ahead and just Control S to save it, and we can hop straight back into Premiere. Now in Premiere, you can see that all of our edits that got directly transferred over. And so I actually want to add a shake to this this first transition to really put emphasis on it. What we can do is go into our project. I'm gonna go ahead and do new item adjustment layer, drag this onto our composition. So I'm just gonna go ahead and find right where it transitions. So right here, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 frames back, and then 1, 2, 3 frames forward, and just set an adjustment layer there. And so I actually wanna add a shake to this first transition to really put emphasis on it. Use one of the shakes from the essentials presets for this. I'm just gonna go ahead and get a diagonal medium shake and drag that on and see what that looks like. As you can see, adding that shake really just adds a lot of emphasis to this transition, and I think it looks super sick. If we wanted something harder, we could go for like a fast motion effect. We go with the Lucid Dream fast motion effect and see what that looks like. So it just gives us a little bit of a different look. Go ahead with a shake flash as well. So I'm gonna go and throw the vertical shake flash on this. As you can see, playing that back, it really just goes and ties together that effect. Yeah, if you guys want to check out those music videos, essentials presets, I have a link to it in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys found this video helpful. Comment down below with any suggestions you have for me. I read all your comments. If you want to learn how to create that super sick energy aura effect, click right here. I think YouTube wants you to check this out down here. Me on Instagram, join the Discord, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.